the.
This is for the streets. The Lex and the Beamers and the Ben. Hold on, the Lex, Coops, the Beamers, and the Benz. Okay, yeah. I can't say. I know I can't.
I was gonna say this reminds me of the car from Mask.
I was thinking Back to the Future.
Well, yeah.
But I mean, is that a Lamborghini? That's not a Lamborghini because the two front seats are.
This
Yeah.
this is a Tesla. Back to the Future is a DeLorean,
Oh.
Happy New Year.
and this is Ilnil.
Welcome.
Oh, I was so
2024 of Illinois. How's everybody doing?
great.
It's cold.
It is cold.
Well, now it's warm, but because we've
It's
been
a little
sitting
warm
here,
in here, yeah.
it's
Hello.
cold outside.
Christopher.
Hello.
Hello, Chico.
What's up?
Hi, everybody. So,
Here, get yourself some nice.
oh wow, you are so generous with this money that says copy money, not legal tender, play money, only for sets, do not spend.
Only for who?
This is movie
Sets.
money.
S-E-T.
Oh.
S-E-T-S.
Let's begin then. So, with the start of New Year's comes new problems. And so,
Truth. 2024 woke up with truth, violence, and layoffs.
and we're doing our best to give you a public service announcement to say if you happen to be a part of any organization that has 100 or more employees and you feel like there might be some shenanigans, take a look at warntracker.com to see if people are trying to lay people off.
And no, they're not sponsoring us.
And
But
why
if they
are
want
we,
to, they can.
and
Feel
why are
free.
we mentioning all of this? Because 2024 is laying people off.
Listen.
So let's start off with Twitch, an Amazon company, apparently.
Oh.
Yes.
Why did you say? Oh. Okay.
So Twitch lost a third of their staff. And Twitch is a big thingamabobber. So that's a sad state of affairs. The weird thing about this is that we're seeing a lot of these tech companies that have booms, and now they're starting to feel the pinch of the economy and the things that's happening in the world and all of that, and it's affecting, the places and spaces that we call part of our community. Twitch, I think, is one of the big stories of layoffs of the year. So, throwing it on the table, what are we supposed to be thinking about this?
I mean, if they stop making stupid people famous and giving them all this money, they could pay their employees and we'll be having this problem. That's just me. Being a bitter old man. I don't know.
Is that really enough to keep Twitch going?
Probably not, because I mean, dude, the CEO says that they depend a whole lot on Amazon.
Yeah,
So-
that was a big part of it for me to see. Like, I didn't know how much Amazon was involved in Twitch until this whole story of the layoffs,
Yeah.
and I didn't even know about the connection between the two. To be honest, I thought that Twitch was standalone, independent, and
Yep.
did its own thing.
That's what I thought. I had no idea that they become affiliated.
So yeah, this is kind
But
of a blow.
considering that it is Amazon, and considering how Amazon has been asking people left and right, yeah.
Now they're still supposed to be working on HQ2 in Crystal City, right?
Oh, that's as good as mine.
I think I don't quote me on it, but I think they've already started laying people off before they brought people into the building.
Oh my god.
I'm
I
not
didn't know
certain
they
on
had.
that.
I didn't know they had a building.
Yeah, HQ2 was awarded, I think, in Crystal City, and I think now that's like gotten into jeopardy or something like that with this whole thing. But going back to Twitch, so the whole thing of like the user created community and the streaming and all those types of things, what do you think might be the aftermath
Yep, Crystal City.
of this? Like, do you feel like the loss of employees is going to affect the quality of Twitch as a service?
It's hard to tell because you would have thought the same thing would have happened with Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it.
But has X really been on?
I don't know that X can be compared to this because like that wasn't necessarily layoffs as much as it was force outs.
Yeah, but it's like important people they were forcing out,
Yeah.
and firing. So the fact that it's still up and running is kind of a miracle.
Well, it's definitely not the same thing that it was. Like even with what's it called, Blue Sky.
Hmm.
Like Blue Sky is more reminiscent of what Twitch was
Hmm.
than what X is today.
And I still use Spill.
So you've used Twitch before, like, right? Haven't you?
As a content creator?
Yeah.
Not yet.
Oh, I thought you did some. I know that we had some stuff on Twitch. Didn't really explore too much of like creating content on that as a platform, as a mainstay. But I'm kind of curious as to how this is going to affect the creators because it's for the ones that are really doing it, they're really putting in like the effort to make, you know, their content. Does this mean that we're going to see a drop in quality? So
I don't know, I feel like the quality thing is more so on the creator than the.
Because like it's not necessarily dropping the creators, right?
no,
It's
no,
more along the lines of people behind it.
yeah,
And
but
of
they
course,
still manage like the servers and
Right.
computers and all. That's what I'm
So-
thinking about.
But here's what I think they might do: get rid of the people who they have to pay, what they're supposed to get paid, or they probably won't even pay them what they're worth. But get somebody that'll do it for a cheaper price.
That is more likely. I can see that.
Now, with the quality, and the thing is, that doesn't necessarily mean a drop in quality, because if you're young, you know, I don't know the age range of those people that were fired, but if you're younger or young, you are more than likely to accept peanuts than you would be if you were, say, in your 30s or 40s or plus.
I can work with that.
I'm curious to know if they have like a clause or anything.
To do what?
You know,
Protect them?
like how if a wrestler leaves WWE, they can't wrestle anymore for like 90 days.
Oh, or NBA.
I doubt that Twitch would have something where it would. I mean, like, what else can they go to?
Kick.
The only other thing
Kick.
is Kick that much of a competition to Twitch.
Kick, as in KIK?
Is that? No, it's KICK, I believe.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say, not that Kick.
Because they've been putting out money for certain people to stream on that platform. So
They're trying to build up their stable. Well, this gets a little bit deeper into it. 500 employees, 35% of staff.
Hmm.
So that means that Twitch is a smaller company than many people might think, to where they dropped 35%, like 50% shy of 50%. That's a lot of people. And I think they're talking about 2 rounds of layoffs. Let's see. I don't want to get Bloomberg's service. Thank you. I appreciate the offer,
Yeah.
though. Yeah, but that's crazy. So if they drop this many people, then that means that there's going to be another round. I can't see that this will be like the last of it.
Right.
So do you feel,
well, the next round will be Amazon, period.
well, Amazon's already going through its own growing pains.
And honestly, if I'm working at a place like that and if I was the lucky ones per se, I try to get the hell out of Dodge before I'm on the chopping block.
Huh. You just gave me an idea. Let's check our PSA and see if they mention Twitch. Let's see.
Well, since it already happened, would it be up there?
Well,
Yeah,
they still would have to announce it.
yeah, it still would have been that year.
So let's see. This is the layoff map.
Is it still loading?
Interesting information. I don't think that this is all relative to Twitch, but there we go. Twitch, California. The notice went out 4/3/2023.
Jeez.
So the layoff range was expected to be around 101 to 250 people.
And it ended up being what,
500.
500.
Jeez.
So the layoff notice, is that the notice? Let's see. That's the layoff date. So that was actually the first round.
So this is
of
the
layoffs.
second round.
So yeah, this is the second round that just happened.
Jeez.
So yeah, that's not a good look for Twitch.
Mm-mm.
So
So
yeah,
the thing is like with the content creators, would they stand with the
Is
people?
Twitch in Silicon Valley?
it says it's California. More than likely.
It's
As
like,
you were saying.
yeah, will they stand with the people, or would they stay with Twitch because of that's their platform?
That's a good question. Remains to be seen. But
Because like, what's the alternative?
what is the alternative? Kick, you said?
Kick is alternative.
I guess it would be. Well, speaking of layoffs, because they just keep coming in 2024, Discord lay off 17% of their employees. So now your favorite messaging and all things to the world app has also laid off people. This is bad for gaming and tech. Really bad. Just from my own personal experience of using Discord connects so many people. It's like the alternative to using a Facebook group or something like that, where your conversations are definitely more self-contained. Like it's just
not a
better.
fan of them.
Well, the government's not going to be a fan of anything that's private and you can't really get to it.
Oh no, a leak happened on.
Oh yeah, the whole thing with
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
Right.
again, that's the whole thing of Discord being this private place where not everybody can just come in.
What happened?
So part of our government secrets were leaked using Discord.
I remember. I
Yeah.
remember. This happened
Discord server.
November, October.
Yeah, last year.
Yeah.
In the year of our Lord 2023.
The year of our Lord and Savior 2023.
So now we're seeing the aftermath of Discord losing people as well. So their reasonings for doing this is they're trying to become more agile. So that means they did what many of the other companies have done, which is overhire when they were flush, maybe. That's my guess. So
now you got to where you wanted to be.
So let's see if Discord put out a notice. So while we're waiting for this to come up, if there's something for it to come up, what are your guys' thoughts on the whole thing of Discord losing people?
It's different because it's like Discord isn't, to my knowledge, affiliated with places like a place like Amazon. Like Amazon, knowing that Twitch was affiliated with Amazon, it was like,
Isn't
okay.
Steam
That-
connected to Amazon?
Steam? No, Steam is Valve. They're their own thing.
So it's like, yeah, Discord. Like Discord was supposed to be about the people. It represents something like for the people. You know what I'm saying? Like for those indie gamers, you know, those indie gamers to kind of run their own, this, that, and the third. So it's like, what are you doing?
It lets the streamers talk to their audience.
Well, it appears that Discord isn't big enough to have sent out a warn tracker warning to their people.
Because I think they only lost 100, right?
Let's see if we do get a number of how many people. They lost 170 people across various departments. So that's more than 100 people. So don't know what's going on with Discord not putting out the notice. Maybe it was just too sudden. But yeah, 17%.
Or it's listed under, maybe there is a parent company and that's what it's listed under.
That is a good possibility. Let's see. Discord has raised a total of $1 billion in funding. It has more than $700 million
Citron.
in cash. Citron?
That's what it is.
That's what it's looking like.
All right, let's take a look at some Citron action. See if they sent out a notice. Doop-a-doo. And for those of you that are out there in the world, I don't think that's the same Citron, but let's do that.
Discord. No, Discord Inc. owns Discord. Communication platform. Oh, yeah. Founded by Jason Citron. Despite rumors saying that Microsoft would take over the company, it's still privately held. And this is posted June 16th, 2023.
So that's probably why we can't find a notice. Well, either way, for those of you that are using Discord as your free community for your product services, your video game communities, your cryptocurrency, your day trading, your crafting, like these are all real things that people are using Discord for.
Wow.
Be careful, because who knows what's happening in the backgrounds that we don't see in the light until we see 17% of employees have been laid off.
Jeez.
It's crazy. So, are there any companies that you guys fear might be on the train of letting people go that might be too big for their britches?
Discord was not on on my card.
Right.
That was not on the bingo card. Discord or Twitch. So yeah.
I'm looking at GameStop really, really hard because they keep seeming to just skate. Like, I don't know how
They're
still
closing.
exist. So I'm feeling like their days have past been numbered, and it's just a matter of time to finally lose it all.
I think I'm down to one on my town.
I know they better hope never get a time machine.
Get a time machine? What are you planning to do, Fly?
Bitcoin.
GameStop and Bitcoin stocks.
I say that's a good bet if the world doesn't change with the butterfly effect. Because if you go back in time and someone steps on that butterfly, the Bitcoin play might not be GameStop, but might be Planet Hollywood. I don't know. Planet Hollywood did games, right? That was
Planet Hollywood. That was
a restaurant.
No.
What was the name of the rental place that was Hollywood Video?
Hollywood Video.
That's it. Yeah.
That's what I was like. I could see what you're talking about in my head. I'm just like, why do I feel there's rentals?
Yeah, I was thinking of Hollywood Video. That went out of business, but that's neither here nor there. But talking about video games, because it seems like this has been very game-centric for this 2024 stories.
Uh-oh.
SAG-AFTRA. They just can't figure out how to pay people in a ways that's mutually beneficial. So 2023 ended off with SAG-AFTRA, and whomever else was affiliated with that whole actors and writers and all
Okay.
of most of them came to terms that were agreeable and figured out how to get paid with this whole world of streaming and residuals being different from TV and all of that. But it opened up the floodgates to video game voice actors, like our good friend Smiley,
Smiley, yep.
who's done a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
Saw her rap sheet,
She
killing
stayed.
it.
She stayed busy.
Yeah,
I bought the video game just because it was her.
Okay.
Cyberpunk.
No,
No, not Cyberpunk. The space one, Starfield.
Starfield.
Yeah. So, yeah. So now
I saw Starfield. It's so boring looking.
their faces kind of made me not go for it. Just I understand the
strictly
story.
did
I-
of
it
what
I
they
can-
did
for
it.
strength.
I can see
if she
Smiley
was
in
not
Fallout
there-
76. So she's in Fallout 76 as well. So
That's
I'll
right.
see her in that.
Yeah. So yeah, so with the voice actors, they're having trouble trying to come to terms because they are professionals that do acting roles, and some of them have signed on to be SAG. But now the issue is, well, how do they get paid for the work that they've done and do, and what are the rules for them when it comes to the identity and performances that they've done for future products.
Mhm.
So,
Well, their issue mostly right now is AI.
which is a part of the issue for many of the actors
Mhm.
from the previous
'Cause it's
situation.
like, how is this going to replace us? Yeah,
Whole thing of ownership of
my voice,
identity, yeah. Like,
Because look at how they can take anybody's voice. Like I just posted this video of
Voice,
Toad.
There's a whole contract for George Carlin,
I saw that. I saw that.
Where?
and he's straight AI.
I need to see this.
And the family is
His
up in
family's
arms.
pissed.
Oh,
They're up in arms. Yeah. So it's things like that. It's
Because who spoke on it?
so they didn't
Zelda
give,
Williams was.
So they didn't
talking
give
about
anything
it.
to the family. They're
She's
not
like, you.
like-
yeah, because he's not doing a performance. It's his
but his likeness.
yeah, that's being, someone's typing in the jokes. That's what it is. That's crazy. The very first thing it made me think of was, where's the line between artistry and saving a buck?
Because didn't they do this with Tupac at one point?
I was just about to mention
That's the first thing
Coachella.
that came to mind.
Like the whole thing of seeing a virtual Tupac on stage
Didn't they do it with
doing
Michael
Hit 'em
Jackson?
Up.
Yeah, Michael Jackson.
Jackson.
And I think they did something.
They did
with
Freddie
him.
Mercury, I believe.
They tried to do Whitney. That failed tragically.
Yeah, I don't think that came together. Like it's just, technology is great, but now it's that whole thing of when do you stop? Like, what is the line? So
Using it for assistance is great,
yeah, using it for school is great.
but
Like being able to read textbooks.
but you're taking. But now
you
you're
know
just
what I mean.
removing the human element.
You are. And then it's like, well, why are we doing this in the first place? So, oh man, here we go. Here's a good question. So, you as a vocal performer,
Mm-hmm.
if you were recorded
Mm-hmm.
and put on record,
Mm-hmm.
you were paid for your performance, and
Flat fee.
yeah, like your performance is what you did, and you did the performance. It's on record,
Mm-hmm.
no residual, because you were paid for showing up and doing your thing. And then someone takes your vocal track and puts it through a program, and now Chris can be heard singing all the great hits of the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. Thoughts?
Okay, I have to think.
They do that on TikTok.
I have to think about it. Like I'm an educator.
Like they-
and the school might see this. The kids might see this.
They have Cartman doing it.
So. Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
let's take it to church. No, the Bible. When they talk about Jesus came to a place or whatever, and he was like doing stuff and like, "Rawr,
Okay.
rawr."
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that was the answer. Gotcha.
When they turned the church into a
Gambling hall.
Yeah.
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 Got it.
Okay. That's my answer.
And you're sticking to it.
Think about Jesus.
All right. I don't know how to segue out into this. So we're just gonna do it. We're gonna
Speaking
end
of
off-
turning over tables,
Good one. I like that. Cat Williams.
has entered the building.
So we'll end off with this story because there's so many different elements to this. It is so multi-layered. First off, shout out to Unc, to Shannon Sharp, for recognizing that he had a talent for doing interviewing and took the avenue mostly traveled since the pandemic of creating his own platform based off of his celebrity status and all the great work he's done in sports media. Because we wouldn't have had this interview.
side note. They
I know
tried
he's
to
having so
they
much
tried
more
to
fun.
come
He's
for
gotta
him.
be having so much more fun.
They tried to come for him, but like you
For Unc?
yeah, they were like, you're horrible at interviewing. You should have asked this, that, and the
Like
third.
questions,
And
da, da,
he's
da,
like,
He's
I'm not here for interviews. I'm here to have a conversation.
he's not
He's
a
like, I'm a
journalist.
conference-
He's
Right,
like,
and
yeah.
he
like, I'm not a
specifically said that.
I'm a conversationalist.
Yeah. Like, if you haven't watched this out there in the internet world, 2 hours and 40 something
I
minutes
still haven't seen it.
of pure Cat Williams
I
to be had.
between actually watching the entire thing and seeing all the clips, I've probably seen it 5 or 6 times now.
Jeez.
If you count just seeing clips.
And I just wonder, and he said it like he had already gotten started like an hour prior.
Oh, you mean sipping?
Huh?
You mean sipping?
Not sipping, like just talking,
Conversation.
conversation wise.
Well, from what we were able to see, because we didn't watch the whole thing here prior to getting ready to do the episode today, we did get the impression that he was pre-gaming, but we don't know if that pre-gaming was them having a conversation prior to starting to record.
Well, no, he said
Oh,
he was like, I didn't even get everything. He was like, y'all should have heard him an hour before.
Mm.
because that was a lot. Okay, so we watched a supercut,
Mm.
and
And the internet is undefeated.
I was just gonna say, Chico made a really great point to say, when it comes to getting those receipts, the internet does not
Baby,
fail.
baby, they provided and the thing is like they're saying. So where's the lie? Where's the lie? Y'all can say all this stuff. Oh, he's done drugs before and he was locked up. Da, 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 da. Did he lie?
It was crazy.
Did he lie?
I think for me, the craziest one was the Def Comedy Jam one, where he was saying how Cedric the Entertainer ripped his bit.
And you saw it.
Oh no, that was not. What was BET's comedy thing?
Oh, it was
Comic View.
Comic View.
Comic View. Yes.
Sorry, yeah, Comic View. And it's hard to deny how similar they were.
Okay.
It was almost 1-to-1. And like me being in media and doing video, like no one that has shown this like sped anything up or slowed it down to try to get the speed to look like they were doing the same things and saying it was so close. So that was disappointing.
And the thing is, back then, who would have thought, the future would look like this?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's at everybody's disposal.
I think the most shocking one. Okay, so this is where the conspiracy theory part kind of came in. The whole thing of the black actor, black comedian,
Oh, the
and
dress, wearing dresses, and
Like we've talked about this on the show with Chappelle,
Mm-hmm.
and his whole thing of, you know, the 50 million that he would have got from, I believe, Comedy Central.
Comedy Central, if he had wore a dress.
If he would have stayed and accepted it and did more shows for Chappelle's show, and then he left. Part of that was the whole thing of
Wearing a dress,
of doing something that compromised their
your
identity or belief system or things like that. And then hearing Kat talk about the comparison of black performers who did don a dress, whether to play a provocative role, or they were cross-dressing, or they're playing I don't even know how to phrase it.
They wore dresses. Here's the thing. So I hear him, right? And I saw what I saw. But what's interesting to me is like the spotlight is always on black men. Like, oh my God, he wore a dress, and that's how da 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 da. And it could be true. Like that could be a whole I'm not a Hollywood, all these things may have happened. Allegedly. But it's like when white folks do it, nobody bats an eye. And like I posted a video and I was like, well, all these cats did it, and ain't nobody said, well, he did it because he wore a dress and da da da. But then I also understand that, how a lot of people think is like, let's knock them down a peg. Let's see what they'll do for this coin.
I think the thing that made it so, it's not shocking, it's not the right word. That made it feel like it could have been revealing is his thought process that there's a trajectory that you can take, that if you put on the dress, all of a sudden
the door's open,
you just skyrocket.
Yeah. And it could be, and honestly,
it's so hard to.
And it could be true. It could very well be true. He talked about the wives. I call it the First Wives Club.
That was another
how
part of it.
A lot of the women that they dated and were married to, right, and they all look alike.
Yeah, there's a type.
And when I saw it, I said,
It's hard to dispute.
It's hard to dispute. It's like, look at them.
So we're just touching on.
We ain't even touching the surface.
Very small.
We ain't even touching the surface.
Small part of the things that Kat brought to light in this interview.
Something Orlando Brown said. He was like, somebody did something to him. Somebody said something like, somebody pushed him over the edge. Like, granted, it was a plethora of people that's done some stuff to him, right? But like, somebody pushed him too far or tried it on his time. He was like, oh, here's the tea, piping hot.
So you feel that this was a matter of tipping point?
I think it was a matter of tipping point for him, like, because he's been sitting on this. Thoughts well organized, yeah.
Very, very well thought out. And there was a line of thought that was coherent.
He always thinks before he speaks. So
it's even in the interview, he's like,
it was calculated. It was very calculated.
And I was just like, listen. And the thing is like, sometimes, and you all know what I've recently been going through or dealing with, certain areas of my life. You have to learn how to leave people alone. Stop poking the bear. Or in this case, the cat. Because when them claws come out, you're not going to be ready. Like when somebody's sitting there minding their business, keeping it cute, and then you want to try it. Well, okay, work. Now everybody going to get it. Like, but this interesting is like, so many people have a word to say just so they can feel relevant. Like, he gave, and I think even now,
Faison?
Huh?
Faison.
Yeah. Bruce.
Bruce.
I'm sitting here like, yeah, if it was me, it'd be some furniture moving. You are the shut up, Chris. Ooh. You are the furniture.
Ooh,
So it's just like, sir, you like a lot of them. They just want to be relevant. Like what's him call it?
Well,
What's the white guy?
he mentioned a ton of names.
is it
Gary-
Gary Owens?
His race is behind. He mentioned like he thought he was trying to figure out did he take a shot at him, or he was like, did he realize like, well, no, maybe he didn't take a shot. Maybe it's just I guess that
Yeah, it was like the more he thought about it, he was like, oh, I see what you're saying now.
Like, yeah. But with him, I'm sorry, alleged racist. Alleged.
So, if you haven't seen the whole 2-hour plus interview, there's tons of supercuts on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. If they show video, this has been circulating a ton on the net. I, for one, am one of the people who is very selective of what I click on when I'm on YouTube, and this popped up in my feed. That's how popular.
I'm here for the meme masters. Shout out to the meme masters. Shout out to the meme masters. Like, I'm a collector. Like, I find all the things. But the meme masters who pieced everything together and da-da-da-da-da. Y'all did that.
So with that, do yourself a favor and
keep it cute.
And well, that too, but take a look at
Choose violence.
Take a look. It's interesting. If you don't want to do the whole 2 hours plus at minimum, find a supercut. By far.
On TikTok, just type Cat Williams.
On anything.
You'll find
type Cat Williams.
All the things.
Everything. So with that, let's close this thing out. Somebody got a car. For Chris.
Well, the cat's out of the bag.
You see his initial D vehicle behind him. He's rocking the nice sport vehicle. So
Is it a sport? Is it a sports vehicle?
It's sporty.
You do have you got a race car on your hands, basically.
That thing probably can rip up the road. It's pretty. Yeah.
The YouTube joint said was just like, it's not for speed. You won't be doing any drag racing.
I'm not so sure about that. I mean, it looks like it can
be tweaked.
Easily. You can do some work.
Oh.
For Chico, who isn't driving a sporty car. And for me, that's not driving a sporty car. For everyone that's a part of the show.
Oh no, we off-road now.
Thank you for watching, listening. Anywhere you can find Ilnell, I Love Nerd Life. We're out there. And Happy New Year. So, yeah, this has been an interesting 2024 so far. And there's so much more to talk about. So just look out and see what we do. With that, since you're in a celebratory mood,
this is Ilnell.
yeah. So, Cat, man,
I'm here for it. I got it. Like,
he said, you have an unusual allegiance to losers, and it's not like you. That was the best quote in the world.
That is the word of the year.